Hi, this is Melissa Carrick with Caliber Home Loans, and I wanted to talk to you today about extended rate locks. Um, Extended rate locks are specifically for families who are purchasing new construction. So perhaps you plan to find a subdivision where you want to live, and you go in, you pick out a lot, you pick out a design for your home, and you sit down and you work on the contract with the sales associate. Now, at some point in time, either at this point in time or sometime prior to, they have asked you to speak with their preferred lender or their mortgage company. Now, we're talking about extended rate locks, right? And so most builders, preferred lenders, and their mortgage companies are unable to lock their interest rates for longer than 120 days. And right now, in this rising rate environment, that could put you potentially in a position where the rates go up so high that you're not able to qualify to purchase the home any longer. And trust me, this can happen. And I've seen it happen, unfortunately. Um, so one thing too that they don't tell you is that you are allowed to use whomever or whatever lender you choose. You are not required to use their mortgage company, nor are you required to use their preferred lender. The lender that you choose, whether it's the builder's lender or not, should be someone who you feel confident with, comfortable with what they've explained to you, that they understand your financial goals and your specific needs for this purchase. Um, so that's a couple of things that you want to look for. Now, Caliber, on the other hand, we can lock your interest rate for up to 12 months. So, what we do is we look at the timeline in the contract for completion of the home. And at that point in time, we then add 60 days to that time frame. The reason we do this is because more often than not, especially today, builders are not able to keep to their timelines. They could have supply chain issues, they could have rising costs of materials and labor shortages, all of which could contribute to a delay in your closing. So if you've locked your rate at that 120-day mark, and now you're finding out that your home is actually going to be um, not completed until for another 25 or 30 days, now you're in a position where you have to pay to extend your interest rate lock if you want to keep the rate. Or you might be able to wait a day, let the lock expire, and then lock at market pricing. But more often than not, by doing that, market pricing could potentially be higher than what you're currently locked at. And of course, your lender should be able to tell you which way is the best way to go. But in my opinion, why take that risk? Especially when at Caliber, we can lock your interest rate for up to 12 months and it comes with an automatic float down option. So, what this means for you is you're able to lock your rate at the time of application, and there is an advance. Basically, what we do is we have you advance a percentage of your closing costs to for the option to extend your rate lock, uh, to make it an extended rate lock. So now, what happens is when your closing is delayed, it's no sweat. You've got an additional 60 days should you need it and not have to pay a penny more to extend your rate lock. So now, in order to float down the rate, what happens is once you're 30 days from a firm closing date and your loan is all approved, you then have the option to float down your interest rate. Now, while it's possible that interest rates will be lower at that point in time, sure. Is it possible that rates are going to be much higher at that point in time? Absolutely. But if you're not in a position where you're comfortable with taking that risk, you definitely want to look into extended rate lock options because they are worthwhile, especially today. You have nothing to lose. If the rate goes down at the time of closing, then your rate will come down on your lock because of the automatic float down. So this is a great product. I wanted to make you aware of it so that you can keep it in mind if you are looking at new construction. There's a lot of it out there. And Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions about extended rate locks, or if you'd like to be pre-approved because you're in the market for a purchase of a new build. More than happy to help you. So feel free to reach out. Again, this is Melissa Carrick, Caliber Home Loans, and I hope you all have a great day.